everyone, it's Lunar Light Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you with me here again today. So for today's reading, we're going to do the Soul Connections Energy Update for the week of the 24th to the 30th. So I've already shuffled the cards and gotten everything ready. Just wanted to preface this by saying that if you'd like a personal reading from me, the information for that is down below, and I am available for those right now. But aside from that, I really don't have any other messages to tell you guys today. So let's go ahead and just hop into the reading. So I thought that we'd start with the overall energy for each person, the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Then the head space for each, the heart space, what's challenging them in the connection currently, their future actions for each of them, and advice for each of them. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the overall energy for the masculine energy in this dynamic. So what is Spirit? What is the overall energy for the masculine? What is the masculine's overall energy from the 24th to the 30th? Ooh. Wow, beautiful. We have woman holding a heart. So the divine masculine could be thinking about his feminine lately, whoever holds the masculine energy in this dynamic. Definitely thinking about the feminine energy, thinking about how nurturing, how beautiful she is. I'm also really getting how unique she is. You can see in this card, this feminine here is very unique and unlike the other people displayed in this deck. The masculine holding a heart in this deck actually is just a regular looking guy. So this woman is very beautiful, very unique, very different. So he's thinking about how the feminine embodies all of those qualities this week. Very interesting. It's beautiful. So what is the overall energy for the feminine for this week? What is the feminine's overall energy from the 24th to the 30th? Here we go. We have patience. Oh my gosh, isn't that just so perfect? This would focus. Yep, so patience here is pretty self-explanatory. So the divine feminine in the situation is having patience. She is realizing that this connection is going to take time for things to heal or things to grow, that things won't come right away. She's also realizing that she's manifesting this connection between the two of them, or she's manifesting different things in the dynamic. So it's important for her to have patience while these things trickle into the 3D world from her thoughts in the 5D. So this is really interesting. Okay, so I just wanted to use the energy oracle cards for the raw energies, but aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and start with the classic Rider White. We're going to go ahead and get into the headspace for the masculine energy in the dynamic. So what is the masculine thinking of towards the feminine? What's the masculine's headspace towards the feminine? 2 cards, please. Oh, okay. I'll take this one here. That was a 3 of Swords. I wanted to fly out. What is the masculine's headspace? And we have the Empress. Wow. This is really interesting because we have woman holding a heart and also the Empress. So the masculine energy in the dynamic is definitely thinking about whoever holds the feminine energy, mostly feminine energy. As we all have masculine and feminine inside of us, guys. I would not get hung up on the gender of the cards. Things can be vice versa, and none of the cards are gender specific. We're talking about energy here, and both of us hold masculine and feminine energy. It's just, you know, which one do you choose to reside in most of the time, or not choose, or which one do you really embody most of, but does not comment on which body you inhabit. But yes, so the person who holds the masculine energy here is really thinking about the breakup with the feminine, feeling this heartbreak, and I even got the word deserted. So could possibly be feeling deserted by the feminine. Let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers for the 3 of Swords and the Empress. 2 clarifiers for the 3 of Swords. Wow, the 3 of Swords wanted to come up for the 3 of Swords. So very consistent in the energy. We have the Knight of Swords also. So what this is telling me is that the masculine is really thinking about the breakup. They're possibly thinking about words that they said during the breakup, or just how rude they were getting. If this masculine energy was rude during this. This card, this Knight of Swords, is kind of my bumbling communication card. You can see that this man is really he's in the thick of it. You know, even his horse is out of state. He's just really all over the place here. So you could have had a conversation with this person in which they were kind of all over the place, or just not making a lot of sense, or when they were trying to rush and get their words out and it didn't really work. This really talks about flawed communication as well. So that could be what's happening, but you can definitely tell the masculine energy here is thinking about the breakup and how badly it might have gone. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for the Empress. So you get 2 clarifiers. You have the 6 of Cups and the King of Cups. I'm going to keep it reversed. Just wanted to come out. So what this is telling me here, what I'm getting from this, is that the masculine is really thinking about the nostalgic times with his feminine. He's thinking about all those good times that you used to have, all the happy memories. But something's tainting it for him. It's this King of Cups in reverse here. He's looking back on the past and realizing how emotionally closed off he's been to the feminine. He's realizing that this breakup was really inevitable with the way that he was acting. So what I'm really getting here is that the masculine is looking back on the past and seeing the different ways in which he contributed to the breakup or contributed to the separation with this feminine. And it's specifically honing in on the fact that he wasn't emotionally open enough, or wasn't emotionally mature enough at the time, or wasn't really ready to take on this role. It could also be that the masculine energy was really withheld with his feelings to the point of even emotional manipulation at times. They could have known how to manipulate situations to make them seem like, you know, you liked them more versus them liking you. But it wasn't really true. I'm getting here with the King of Cups that this person does have a lot of emotion for you, does feel it for you a lot. I mean, you've already come up twice in the reading and we only have a few cards out. So this really says that this masculine is definitely thinking about the feminine during this time and is really reflecting back on the past. So guys, if you hear any noise in the background, I'm sorry. I live right outside the lobby of my building, so please excuse any chatter that you hear outside the video. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and grab the headspace for the feminine energy. Headspace for the feminine energy for the week of the 24th to 30th. Let's take the first card here, which is the 2 of Swords in reverse. Oh, wow. And we had the King of Pentacles that wanted to fly out. So what I see here off the bat, oh, we also have Temperance at the bottom of the deck, and that kind of harps to what I'm about to say, is that the feminine here is trying to come out of a state of a stalemate regarding her masculine here. We have the masculine showing up as the King of Pentacles here. So this feels more like a mental energy to me, since you do have swords here. It could be that the feminine is wanting to come out of the stalemate with the masculine. It could be that she's wanting to come out of the stalemate within her mind about the masculine. Maybe she's wanting to come out of the mindset of believing that he could never turn into the King of Pentacles, or that he could never grow and heal himself enough to have a healthy, stable relationship with her that would be a long-term thing. That's what I'm really getting right off the bat. Really trying to come out of this, and it's requiring patience. It's more like this melting of the heart is what I'm getting. Oftentimes when we're in separations with our counterparts sometimes, or someone we feel like we're in soul connections with, Sometimes we'll just have this resurgence of emotion out of nowhere, or this heart melting, even, if you will, for this person, and they won't even have done anything or been around. And it's just kind of this energy here. It's that softening that's so important. And it's essential for forgiveness, which, forgiveness is really for the forgiver. We don't forgive for anybody else. We release ourselves from the guilt and shame that comes with some hardships sometimes. So I feel the feminine is doing that now, and possibly releasing the fact that she could be in a stalemate with this masculine energy, and just trying to let it go and focus on other things, trying to have patience in her life. So let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers for this. 2 of Swords in reverse. We have the Devil card, and Temperance wanted to fly out along with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, but let's put that one back though. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. It wants to come out. That's the High Priestess. King of Pentacles. Take this one right here. It's calling to me. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. At the bottom of the deck was the Ace of Swords there. Okay, so so the Devil and Temperance was paired with the 2 of Swords in reverse. Again, this is really about that melting and that healing. Like I said before, we're really trying to come out of this of really paying attention to the Devil, really giving it all of our focus, knowing that we're healing ourselves, knowing that it's getting taken care of, and we're trying to, I'm really feeling that the feminine energies are trying to balance out their dark and their light side as well. I'm really getting that, using those both those parts in themselves to propel themselves forward in life. Also using it to understand possibly where the masculine has come from in past situations, and kind of picking up on that, where the energy might have come from, or just having a deeper of understanding of the relationship. And in a way, the two are mirroring each other, because one is looking back at the past and seeing how they've kind of contributed to a breakup, and one seems like they're also looking back and seeing the negative devilish energy that was impacting the relationship. So both are really doing some healing work and some reflection, when it comes to the past relationship. But this is really about trying to heal those energies and come out of any devil energy that's holding us back in our lives. So the devil is basically things that will keep us bound and keep us feeling that we aren't living on our highest vibration, or we aren't living aligned. Those are anything that could be considered that negative energy. So really trying to transmute those, and in turn, it's also bringing positive energy and transmuting the relationship. So with the King of Pentacles here, we have the High Priestess and the 9 of Wands in reverse. So this again is kind of keeping that eye out on the masculine intuitively. You could be very tapped into the masculine energy right now. They're very tapped into you, so that would make sense. So there's really kind of like this meshing here that's happening between the two of them. I'm also really getting that guards are starting to drop. So it goes with what I was saying before about the energy coming out of this stalemate. It's just very naturally melting on its own. And you're kind of feeling that the defenses are getting dropped on either side. But it's slowly melting. It's ice, so it's going to take a little bit. I think that it's taking a little bit. But you're also in this energy of patience, which is really relaxing you at this time and making the whole situation much easier for you, is what I'm seeing. So this also is about reflection for the feminine energy, and really about taking those deeper parts of themselves and transmuting it into light, so we can hold more light. And I'm also drawn to how the Empress and the King of Pentacles kind of came out in the same position here for either. So what I'm really seeing in terms of that is that the Empress is in her power. The Divine Feminine is totally in their power and really using that self-love to their advantage right now. And the masculine energy is not very far behind. He's coming up as the King of Pentacles here, which I feel like is just one step below, or, you know, very similar to the Emperor's energy. But the Emperor is a little bit more grounded, a little bit more controlled. You know, they have everything together. You know, while the King is also stable, it's just a different level. So, you know, the two are very, very close to being a total energetic match here is what I'm getting. They're already very close. So that's why we're experiencing this meshing and this melting of energy. So if you've been experiencing that, totally comment down below and tell me what your experience has been. If it's you know, even if it's just been, you know, inside of your mind, I think it's really interesting how the energies can match up for those who don't even know each other, and we're all riding the same energy. So let's go ahead and grab the heart space for each now. Look at the heart space for the masculine energy from the 24th to the 30th. What is the heart space energy for the masculine on the 24th? Okay. This one. What is the heart space energy for the masculine, the 24th? Here we go. Very interesting. So we have two reversed cards, and on the bottom is the Eight of Wands, particularly enough. So both these cards, in a sense, are kind of about communication. The way they came out was very interesting. They actually came out facing each other. And if they came out upright, they would actually be away from each other. So I thought that was really interesting, seeing that come out that way. This could literally be about wanting conversation. That was kind of what I was getting straight off the bat. And then we also have the Eight of Wands under the deck, which is, you know, the conversation card, basically, for me. But what I'm getting from this so far is that the masculine energy could really be wanting to push forward, or you know, communicate to the feminine in some way, or just I'm really getting like poke her, or just get attention, like get the feminine's attention, and just doesn't know how to do it right now, or it's feeling like it's the wrong time. So let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers for this. So for the clarifiers for the Two of Wands in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse. There we go. The Four of Pentacles, Two of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed. Yeah, definitely. So it's a little bit of a mixed energy, which is why it's reversed. So really wanting to move forward, holding on to the idea of moving forward in partnership. You know, the two, especially when it comes to the Two of Wands for me, is, you know, the progression. We had the Ace, and now we're moving it forward to the Two. Now we're trying to move forward in partnership, or in progress, really. So the masculine here is holding on to the idea of progress, that, you know, he can move this forward, that this will move forward, but is afraid of the reaction of the feminine here. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse, so he could be afraid about getting some blunt, cutting words from the feminine energy, or just having to recant all the things that happened between them, and reliving that really with her. What I'm getting is like, that would suck, is what I heard in my head. So really, someone's trying to avoid this because they believe that it would suck. You know, I can't say that it would be easy to have this conversation, but I would say that it would be worth it. So now let's check out the Page of Wands. Page of Wands in reverse. It has the Nine of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands reversed. Page of Wands reversed, please. One more clarifier. The Page of Wands reversed, please. I want to fly out my hand. Okay. We have the Four of Cups reversed. This is very interesting. So this whole set is actually reversed. again, with the Page of Wands, wanting to deliver a message, wanting to kind of be playful here. That's where kind of like that poking energy comes from, or like that more playful energy. You know, the Page is someone who's kind of just getting started, and they want to start off and really explore and be happy. So the Masculine is kind of wanting to start off his communication really playfully and be happy, but really not knowing how to do that. So the clarifiers for this was the Nine of Cups reversed and the Four of Cups reversed. The masculine is realizing that this connection with the feminine is a wish come true, is really what he wants with the Nine of Cups here. But again, not knowing how to access it, not knowing how to get to it. This could also be drinking in excess. So this person could be drinking. They could be kind of picking up a drink whenever they think about the feminine energy, or maybe someone brings them up and they're just like, I need to grab a drink. You know, it's just that kind of energy of like, oh, I can't do this. Like, that's too much. It hurts too bad. We have, you know, the Three of Swords here twice. So they're really kind of that, I'm getting a little bit of like a wallowing energy, really thinking about the past, specifically thinking about the separation and when that happened. So it's no surprise that, you know, kind of thinking about starting things up again is kind of giving them this churning feeling in their stomachs. Like, oof, that would be a lot of work and I don't want to face that right now. But they're knowing that it's something that they really want to do and that they want to commit to in the future is what I'm hearing her commit to. And then we have the Four of Cups reversed here. So this kind of just tells me that this is something that they possibly ignored in the past, and now they're really like zooming in on this. Just touching this card, I got the mental image of like eyes bugging out of someone's head. So the masculine energy right now is paying so much attention to the feminine, it's not even funny. Like, if they could stalk you on social media, they probably are. If you're blocked, they might have made a new account, like, or they're looking at your pictures or old texts or something, because they're really realizing now, they're seeing what they've overlooked in the relationship is what I'm getting, and seeing the opportunity that they didn't want to take at some point, or maybe just weren't as interested in, and being like, I'm getting the energy like hitting myself over the head, like, how could I ever not see that this was something that was so perfect for me, yet, you know, I was just over here doing my own thing. So I'm also getting a little bit of regret with that too. So it's just a lot that's kind of stopping them right now from bringing forward any communication. But they're also wanting to start, they're wanting to progress this forward, but are just so at a loss of how to do this. But this is the melting energy that the feminine is feeling, that that the masculine would want to do this but isn't sure yet. Is slowly melting the energy around them, slowly bring them out of that stalemate, and that's what's going to push them forward. It really is going to push the masculine forward to, you know, kind of, as I said this, kind of drop the burden here of communication and just let it happen, really let them talk. So, and under this was the Four of Cups again. So, I know the energy at the bottom of the deck is very consistent for me whenever I shuffle. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out the heart space for the feminine energy. What is, oh wow, okay, that just wanted to flip over, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Gorgeous. So that's the Magician that wanted to flip over. What is heart space for the feminine? Wow, oh my gosh, and the Four of Wands. That is so beautiful. Okay. So the feminine here is really manifesting this foundation between the two of them. It's as things are melting in the 3D, and as her thoughts are kind of softening, and she's transmuting all these negative energies, it's kind of clearing away the debris and leaving a flat surface for later on them to grow on it if they choose together. So really she's manifesting this situation, and she kind of knows that she's bringing something in, but is not seeing it yet, or probably isn't seeing proof of it in the physical yet, although you might. So let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers for this. 2 clarifiers for the Magician. Okay, so that's the Justice in reverse, the Magician. It's exactly what I was talking about, guys. This is exactly what I was talking about. That's the Ace of Pentacles that wanted to come out Four of Wands. Beautiful. Two of Wands. So we're getting matching cards. That's the Queen of Cups. Gorgeous, guys. Seriously, so beautiful. So with the Magician, we have the Justice in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is exactly what I was just saying, that the feminine is really picking up that there's going to be a new beginning soon, and there's going to be justice restored to this relationship, that the masculine energy could be bringing in this justice in the form of a conversation and a new beginning. And she's really feeling this intuitively, knowing that she's a magician, knowing that she manifests her world and creates her reality through her thoughts and actions. And she's using all those actions, and it's propelling her forward in life. It's propelling her closer to her counterpart here. So she's feeling that this new beginning is coming in for her. She just can't see it yet, just like I said. So, and then we have the Two of Wands and the Queen of Cups that came out for the Four of Wands. Again, more intuitive energy, knowing, feeling that this is coming in for you, making those plans, really feeling that the plans are being made also. So if you can see now, we actually have some more mirroring between the feminine and the masculine. They both have the Two of Wands, except one is reversed because they don't know how to go about this, and the other is upright because the feminine is feeling this energy from the masculine. So this is really amazing. I love when the cards come out like this and they mirror each other. It's the reason why I use two decks. Interchange with each other. So this is really gorgeous. Yeah, really feeling this foundation being laid out for them with this intuitive energy. The Queen of Cups here is someone who is very intuitive. So this just talks about you know, her really feeling this change between them in the emotional body. So you could be really getting that. Actually, we also have counterparts here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, and just like before with the other mirrored cards, this one is in reverse and this one is upright. So I think that's really amazing how Spirit wants to come out and bring the cards like that, just to let you know the energy is consistent. But this also tells me that the counterparts are really feeling each other. I mean, we have the Empress and the King of Pentacles here, and then the matching King and Queen. So they're just really kind of feeling each other's energies. I'm really getting a lot of meshing here. There's a lot of mirroring that's already happening between the two. So the feminine energy especially is really feeling that this foundation is being laid for the future for them. And she can tell that something is going to be coming in soon, and that potentially the masculine energy will be offering a new foundation to her, and really an apology is what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and see what is challenging each of them right now in the dynamic. Be interesting. Okay. So I'm going to get one card for the masculine energy. What is challenging the masculine energy from the 24th to the 30th? What is challenging the masculine energy the 24th? Wow, okay. I'm going to take this one right here. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles wanted to fly out here, and it's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So what this is really telling me is that the masculine energy is having trouble letting go of things, possibly letting go of the way that they've acted, forgiving themselves for the way that the breakup happened, or possibly for hurting the feminine and the dynamic. I'm going to go ahead and grab some clarifiers for this and see what the underlying energy of this is. So what's the Four of Pentacles in reverse? You have the Hanged Man in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Wands, absolutely. So what the masculine is feeling really challenged by right now is he can't forgive himself for not standing up for what was right in the past, not realizing the lessons that were apparent in the dynamic, and not switching their attitude or not switching their behavior to act appropriately so they could have possibly saved the connection. You know, everything happens in these soul connections for a reason. We're meant to go through these hardships to grow at an accelerated rate. And oftentimes when growth is accelerated so rapidly as it does in soul connections, it often leads to pain between the two of them, because some lessons are learned that way. So really the masculine energy is having a hard time forgiving themselves for really letting their negative aspects of themselves come out and kind of dominate the dynamic at one point. They're wishing that they had been more steadfast in guarding these things against the feminine. It's kind of like she got showered with it and it wasn't supposed to happen, you know? Or I'm really getting the energy of I was supposed to keep that hidden, like that wasn't supposed to come out, you know? So the masculine energy could have said something that they regret, could have blurted something out that they regret that wasn't in alignment with how they actually feel, or what the truth for them actually is. They just know that they ignored some lesson here, or they didn't act in accordance with a greater truth to them, and that's really challenging them at this time, and how to come forward. So they're having trouble forgiving themselves at this time. So let's see what the feminine energy is challenged by this week. What is challenging the feminine energy this week, the 24th to the 30th? Okay, go ahead, take this card. And what came out with it? The 7 of Wands. So again, more mirroring. Spirit is just wanting to show that the energy is consistent between these two, and that there's a lot of mirroring happening between the two. But I'm just gonna go take the Lovers in reverse instead. So what I'm getting off of this immediately is that the feminine is trying to come out of this stalemate with herself about this relationship, trying to decide whether or not she wants to engage with this. And we had this a little bit ago, maybe a few weeks ago, where the feminine energy was thinking about, you know, well, should I engage with this if I feel that it'll cause me more trouble than good? You know, and trying to avoid situations that'll put her in more tumultuous feelings later, you know, trying to avoid those negative aspects, and just put yourself in a space where you can be happy and you know that, you know, nothing's going to happen. And what I mean by that really is kind of say, for example, your friends want to go out to this party and have this terrible feeling about it. You're like, no, I don't want to go. I don't really feeling it. And choosing to, you know, stay in and, you know, have a cocktail of your own versus going out and, you know, putting yourself in a situation where things could go wrong, you know? So she's really thinking about, is this worth it right now? Is this dynamic worth it? Can things change enough so that the relationship will be healthy enough that I can choose to enter into it without being afraid that it's going to basically blow up in my face? And, you know, I do not have the answers to that. So let's go ahead and find the underlying energies for this Lovers in reverse. So Lovers in reverse. Wow, okay, so we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. This wants to come out. Lovers reversed. One more clarifier. These two want to pop out here. We take this one. Have the Moon. They both would have been pretty much the same message, honestly. Okay, actually under this, I'm just going to show you, is the 2 of Cups in reversed with the Ace of Wands right under it. Again, trying to make a decision about this soul connection. Do I have this new beginning in this soul connection, or do I walk away? Or is it not worth it? Do I end this cycle, or do I start a new phase with this person? So the clarifiers that came out were the 7 of Cups reversed and the Moon card. So again, really trying to decide between options. The feminine could also have other people that she's seeing right now. The 7 of Cups often talks to me about options. You know, having options, choosing between options. She may also be feeling right now that these options may not be the most viable, or that I'm kind of getting the image of cups are disappearing. So it could be that you're making more decisions now. Again, this is about making a decision, so that kind of goes with it. Or you could be seeing that some of your options aren't really viable any longer. And what I mean by that is that you're not really feeling that you want to enter into these situations any longer, or that you want to remove yourself from some situations. So really seeing that your options could possibly be dwindling even, but that you have them. I'm really seeing that the feminine has options right now, because this is really about the choice. Do I choose these options, or do I choose, you know, the masculine if they were to come in and talk to me? So really this is a mystery right now. What's challenging the feminine is that this is a mystery that she doesn't really know what to do right now. And again, guys, when I say she for the feminine, he for the masculine energy, it's just how I channel. We can inhabit either body. So please don't get hung up on just the pronouns that I use. They're just for the ease of the two sides here and referencing the energies. But yeah, so it's really challenging. The feminine is is not knowing what's going to happen next. Really, I feel like the feminine is unsure even in her own head about what she's going to do about this, or what the future holds in terms of this decision. It's kind of like she's taking it day by day, but is trying not to really make the decision yet or come to a definitive answer, because she just doesn't have all the information. You know, it's the moon. Things are dark right now. Things need to be further illuminated before the feminine can make an accurate decision. So it seems like it's going to take a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and grab the future possible actions for each, the masculine and the feminine. That'll be really interesting. We're gonna get 2 cards for that. So what are the future actions, possible future actions for the masculine? And when I say possible, guys, I just mean that with tarot, or at least what I believe, what happens with tarot is that it really predicts on the current path that you're on, but we do have free will. So if we were to, you know, make a free will decision and change that path, then things will change and the outcome will be different. But this is the future as according to how things are going right in this moment. So let's go ahead and grab that for the masculine energy. So what are the future actions? Ooh, okay. Wow, we have King of Cups. What are the future actions for the masculine? 24th to the 30th. What are the future actions for the masculine from the 24th to the 30th? All right, we'll take this one here. The Knight of Cups in reverse here. Very interesting. So we have the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups reversed. What this is telling me right now is that the masculine is going to be working on his emotional maturity during this time. Like we said, he had this card earlier in the reading, the King of Cups, but it came out reversed. So he's really working on trying to flip this energy for him right now. He's trying to become the more emotionally mature, stable person who would be able to offer this to the feminine, offer a stable beginning. I'm also getting that because the Knight is kind of walking towards the masculine, he could actually be offering more love to himself right now, trying to fill his own cup with self-love before he can offer. And that's really how love works, and I believe should work, is that we, you know, fill our own cup, we love ourselves abundantly, our love overflows, and we graciously and naturally give to others because we're overflowing with love for ourselves. We overflow and we basically give what is extra, but it takes that cup first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. So the masculine right now is really trying to fill his own cup of love, trying to bring that self-love to himself. And really get clear in those emotional aspects that have held him back in the past. You know, how do I move forward in a healthy way with my feminine? How do I grow in emotional maturity to make sure this relationship is stable if I were to come back and offer? How do I position myself for success in the future with this feminine energy? So I'm just going to grab 2 clarifiers for this energy, and we're going to see what they have to say. So we have 2 clarifiers. Future actions on masculine. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I can't even help but take that. They came out like, boom, boom. I'm sure you saw that. Okay. Alrighty. So what came out was the Princess of Cups and the Empress. Wow. So again, the Empress has come out. the masculine energy is really thinking about the feminine energy during this week and in the future. They're really thinking about how to offer. I'm also seeing that they're probably going to be challenged with what is going to be appropriate to bring to the feminine. The Princess of Cups for me, it kind of represents, it's a little bit of like a crumb energy, you know, like I like you, or like you're cute. But it's not really much else. It's a little bit of emotion and possibly telling you a little bit of how they feel, but it's not the whole thing. And you know, this cup is it's small. It's a little one. So I'm really seeing that they're trying to focus on their own cup right now, because they're just, if they were to give, it would be a small gesture. We just wouldn't have everything that is really fit for the feminine. So I really see that they're trying to like dress up the cup and dress up this offer, and you know, just really get ready. I'm even getting the image of like them putting on a suit and like literally shining a cup. I don't know, guys, the weirdest things come into my mind's eye when I'm doing readings, but you know, that's how Spirit loves to give the analogies for everyone. But yes, really trying to come up with an offer that is worthy of the feminine, really is what I'm getting. So it's really about loving themselves so they can give that energy to their feminine unconditionally in the future. So let's go ahead and see what the feminine's future actions are going to be. What are the feminine's future actions? Oh my goodness. Okay. They just want to flip out. I'm gonna go ahead and take this because it's very indicative of what we have already. And at the bottom of the deck is a Three of Wands. This is that energy of again, patience, waiting, feeling that something is coming in, anticipation, you know, seeing your ships come in, but they're just not there yet. You know, you can't touch them yet, but you can sense and see that they're coming in for you. And this goes perfectly with what just came out, which is why I wanted to address it, because we have the Six of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So again, this new beginning and this soul connection, this new beginning with someone from your past is coming in. Again, feeling this coming in, really knowing in your heart, really getting that intuitive pull that something's coming in for you very soon. I know whenever I kind of feel like I'm going to turn a corner in my life or something's going to happen, I always sense it like a couple weeks out. And I'm always like, something's going to happen for me. Something's going to happen. And I'll tell my friends and they're like, okay, like, sure, whatever. But then it happens and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you were right. So it's going to be one of those feminines where you're really sensing that something's going to come in for you. And then all of a sudden it does. And it's just like, bam, it's here. So I'm really getting the energy of just like once it's there, it's going to be kind of like, boom, kind of dropped on the table. And really big. So, you know, the masculine could be trying to really spruce up this offer. That way it lands, you know, kind of heavily with you, if that makes sense. Or just kind of makes you excited. So let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers for this. Ooh, wow, okay. They just want to come out. They're not playing any games with me today. They're like, okay, take them. Okay, so what came out was the Star and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Again, feeling that this connection with someone that you are really connected to is coming in. Feeling that a new beginning is coming in with someone that you see as your star. You know, you could be thinking of your masculine as your star. They could be seeing you as a star, which basically means it's someone who is very special to you. They're kind of one of a kind. You see them as really beautiful, or you know, even really talented, or just having this really beautiful divine energy about them. This is also kind of that worldly energy, that spiritual energy, you know, someone who dabbles in really spends their time in the 5D almost, because this is up in the stars, you know. So I'm seeing that the masculine could be seeing you like that, or you could be seeing the masculine like that, as if they're your star, this very special person to you, and you're knowing that they're wanting to offer deeper commitment to you and kind of make you their Queen of Pentacles in a sense, but you're not really knowing when this is going to come in. I see the Queen of Pentacles as kind of like the girlfriend card, or like the long-term relationship card. So you could be knowing that this person is wanting to have that kind of commitment with you. they're seeing you this way, or that you're both seeing each other in that really flattering admiration kind of way. So that's really beautiful. So you're just really feeling this energy more in the future, really sensing that this is coming in for you, and this kind of just feels like right before it happens, honestly. So you're going to be sensing this for a little bit into your future. So right now, let's get the advice for the collective. And I'm just going to go ahead and get 3 cards, well, 6 total. 3 cards from the Energy Oracle cards, and then 3 cards from the Romance Angels deck. So let's go ahead and start with the Energy Oracle cards. I've already shuffled these. So yeah, what is the advice for the masculines and feminines for this week? What is the advice for those in soul connections for this week? You have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. What is the advice for those in soul connections for this week? 2 more cards, please, Divine Spirit. What is the advice for those in soul connection? We have Door to Romance. Beautiful. I love this. And it's the number 33 too. So that's a master number, saying that if you believe in that, the ascended masters and, you know, archangels and all of that, your spirit team, your guides are helping you ground this into the physical, and helping change occur, helping that door open. Let's get the last energy. What's the advice? What is the advice for those in soul connections for this week? This top card, Victory. Gorgeous. Victory. I love that. Okay. All right. So before I dive into what these mean, I'm going to go ahead and get the other energies from the Romance Angels deck. And at the bottom of the deck, when I shuffled, was heart-to-heart conversations. So again, each one is wanting to talk to the other. I'm really also getting that the masculine especially wants to have this conversation with the feminine, but one at a time is right. So what is the advice for those in soul connections for this week? Oh my gosh. Guys, reconciliation. Wow. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Could the energy be any more consistent? I swear, this is crazy. I was looking at this card, and honestly, Spirit does not show me this card unless something is really happening, because I get too excited. You know, I literally gasped when that came out. So I got really excited when this card came out, and I saw it twice when I was shuffling the energy for you guys. So something's really happening here. Something is really stirring. It's that melting that I was talking about. Coming out of that stalemate is the energy right now of reconciliation and coming together. So that's really beautiful. So what is the advice? Oh God. Okay, we have deception. What is the advice for those in soul connections for this week? Oh my gosh. Okay. And then, oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm freaking out. Okay. I kind of wish that I didn't take deception. So we have soulmate and very soon. Wow. Yes, this is your soulmate, and clearly decide on what you want so it comes to you now. This is so gorgeous. Yeah, I'm even hearing take back deception, guys. I kind of heard it when I was when it came out, but I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it there. But guys, I'm gonna take it back because I'm so extra. But the only thing I will say about this card is that people are trying to drop the mask right now. Both are trying to come out of this energy. You know, both are really wearing the mask in this image. Both the feminine and the masculine energy are wearing the mask. So both are trying to come out of this. I feel like also, I feel like especially the masculine energy is trying to come out of this, because they're trying to grow in emotional maturity at this time and really come into their true authentic selves, while the feminine is more trying to come out of a stalemate energy within themselves. So it could be that. So I'm putting it back. I wasn't sure before, so you guys might see me put cards back in the future. It's kind of how I do my readings, but I guess I just haven't hesitant to do it on camera, right? But sometimes it's just not right. Okay, anyway. So I'm actually feeling called to read the first chakra to you guys, just so I can make sure that all of anything that you could get from this, you get. So the key words are stability and security. Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. This is the place where your sense of stability and security is stored. When this card is upright, it reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues. Even if you had problems with feeling secure in the past, these challenges are beginning to be resolved at this time. Archangel Michael is with you, bringing you strength and personal stability. You are capable of taking action and moving forward on your path. So allow yourself to feel increasing faith in your own power and security, now and always. This is so beautiful. To me, this is saying that the energy between the two of you is grounding. Again, it kind of goes with that Four of Wands, cleaning up the debris and laying that firm foundation for the two to build on in the future. And that's what's really bringing in this reconciliation energy, is the grounding of this energy, is that the connection is becoming more stable as you two both grow in your own lives. As you two both personally grow and come into more self-love and more of your self-power, the connection between you is also growing, because you guys are becoming more responsible. You're becoming better people who are able to come into that kind of relationship if it were presented to you. So that's what's really grounding this reconciliation energy, is a stability that each is feeling in their own lives. And then next we have the door to romance. This is why I love getting them on top of each other, because they kind of comment on each other. It kind of came out with soulmate here, or it's right under another. So this is so beautiful. This door to romance is literally opening with your soulmate. So if you feel a soul connection with someone, if you feel that tug and that push, it's because this door is opening. It's because this romance is actually flourishing and coming into fruition. It's coming from the 5D, our thoughts and our behaviors and the way that we treat ourselves in our own personal lives, and is trickling into the 3D, our own our physical lives. Because we take care of ourselves so well, or because we are trying to, transmute all these negative energies in our lives, that the feminine is trying to do, transmute negative energies, and the masculine is trying to do, transmute negative energies within themselves. It is, again, grounding this and opening this door between the two of them, opening the door to romance so that they can, be together in the future. It's really gorgeous. It really seems like this is a kind of a coming together. And then we have victory and very soon. Oh my gosh, guys. This is just commenting on what the feminine is getting, knowing that this relationship is coming very soon. That this conversation, this talk is coming very soon. The feminine is so much into the masculine's headspace, he cannot stop thinking about her. I can say that with certainty, he cannot stop thinking about her. So to say that this would, be a really long time before he basically gets fed up and needs to reach out is kind of a stretch, So I can't see this taking a really, really long time. Again, we have very soon here. So this victory is coming in. This conversation is coming in, this victory energy. And guys, even if this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to, get together in harmonious union with your counterpart or the person you feel you have a soul connection with, but it's saying that a victory is coming between the two of you. This is peace. This is positive energy. This is, that Six of Wands energy, being publicly recognized for what's happening between the two of you, people seeing that you've grown and changed, that this change for you is coming in very soon, very quickly. Because the more that you grow in your light, the more that you grow in your happiness and your self-love, that is victory, that is power. And so that's coming in for you. And that feeling of being publicly recognized, people are going to notice you when you shine so brightly from the inside out. It's natural. People can't help but notice it. It's gorgeous. It is honestly a beaming light when people love themselves, and it's just so blindingly obvious to everyone else around. And it's gorgeous. It's beautiful, and it inspires people. It is that victory energy. It is that light energy. So I'm loving these messages today. So yes, again, we're really having this meshing between the two of them, and the more that the two of them are coming into their own power, into their own self-love and self-truth, That's what's grounding the energy between them. The more you work on yourself, the more you focus on yourself, the more you love yourself, put your energy back into yourself, and, you know, focus on the things that you love to do in life, the things that make you happy, the things that propel you. That is what's setting the foundation for this relationship. That is what's triggering this, because you're coming to a space where you can handle having a deep, intense soul connection. Because, you know, sometimes in soul connections we can lose ourselves because the person is so amazing that we just forget and stop doing all the things that we did for ourselves in the first place, the things that got us there. So what this is really saying is that we are getting to the point where that just won't happen to us anymore. We're getting so grounded in ourselves, so grounded in our self-love, so grounded in this, you know, first chakra, that there's something that could uproot us. Again, nothing could uproot us. So that's what's really bringing in this beautiful energy of reconciliation, soulmate, and very soon. I can't believe these cards came out together. These are literally my favorite cards, guys. Probably in that whole deck. So, wow, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I thought that was absolutely amazing. I love the energies that came out, and just the messages and the way that Spirit presented this. It was really beautiful, and I hope you agree. Please leave your comments down below. I would love to interact with you guys down there. Please like, comment, and subscribe, or share with your friends or anyone you think is kind of going through this. Actually, I'd love to see the video. Yes, thank you so much for watching my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys here. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, please look down below in the description. Those are available at this time. And until the next time I see you, love and light to you all. Bye.